Hello students, today we are going to see chapter number 4, Banking and Monetary Policy. Last video we have seen the meaning of bank and function of commercial bank as well as types of bank. Video number 1 is already linked in the description. Today we are going to see the present situation of scheduled bank in India, again central bank, that is called RBI, and function of RBI and monetary policy in this video. See here, in last video we have seen that commercial bank are which bank that taking money from the people, saving of the people at lower rate and giving money, lending money to the people, those who are needy, at higher rate, and in between whatever the commission is there, whatever the profit is there, they are taking, and that's why it is called commercial bank. Okay, so here commercial banks are again categorized into 4 categories. So here, before we understand the category of commercial bank, let's try to understand the definition of scheduled bank. So here, scheduled bank are those banks, they are listed, the company, they are listed under the second schedule of RBI Act 1934. They are called scheduled bank, and scheduled bank are real banks. So here, let's see the scheduled bank. Scheduled bank are mainly categorized into 2 categories. That is, very first category of scheduled bank is commercial bank. And the second category of scheduled bank is cooperative banks. Again, commercial banks are categorized into 4 categories. So here, there are the banks which are working in India in both sectors, public sector as well as private sector. So here, very first category is public bank, public commercial bank. Okay. So very first category of commercial bank is public sector commercial bank. The second category of commercial bank is private sector commercial bank. The third category of commercial bank is foreign bank. See here, what happened after 1991 reform? There are the foreign bank which came to India to start the business. So there are plenty foreign banks that are working in India. That banks are called foreign banks working in India. And the last category of this commercial bank is regional rural bank. That means in every region there are the banks that works for that rural area only, that region only. So that banks are called region rural banks. And the short form of this is RRBs. So these are the scheduled bank. So scheduled banks are mainly categorized into 2 categories. Very first is a commercial bank, another is a cooperative bank. Again, commercial bank are categorized into 4 categories. That is public sector commercial bank, private sector commercial bank, foreign banks working in India, and regional rural bank. So these are the scheduled bank. You may note down this in your notebook, please. Central bank is exists in all over the country. Central bank is a bank which manages the monetary policy in all the country. That means central bank regulate money in the country. That means it is helping to promote the money in the country so that the value of the money doesn't decrease. It also aid money and try to make the stabilization in the country. So central bank is the bank which is helping government to regulate act and monetary policy in the country. So here central bank is a bank which is very helpful in all the country. Central bank is also called apex bank. So according to RP has given the definition of central bank, that is the institution charged with the responsibility of managing the expansion and contraction of the volume of the money in the interest of general public welfare. So here the central bank is working for the welfare of the people, so that the money of the people doesn't wipe out. So the definition of central bank is it is according to RP Kent. So according to RP Kent, definition of central bank is the institution charged with the responsibility of managing the expansion and contraction of the volume of money in the interest of the general public welfare. So here bank is the bank which is working with the responsibility of what? Managing the expansion and contraction of volume of money. See here, money is also a thing that is needed to be managed in the economy. If there is too much money in the economy, it can bring the inflation, and if it is less, it can bring depression. So here money should be managed. So here managing expansion and contraction of volume of money in the interest of general public welfare. See here, central bank is a bank which is working for the general public. So that bank is supposed to be see the welfare of a general public, and it should be work with the help of government. Central bank can also give some suggestion to government, so that policy can be formed by government, so that general public cannot be wiped off. So here the welfare of general public is needed to be safe, and that's why the central bank is working. Central bank is also called apex bank, and in India it is RBI. So RBI in India is working as a central bank of India. Let's see the RBI. You may note down this definition of central bank according to RP can. Now we are going to see RBI and the function of RBI. Okay, Central Bank in India is known as Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India, in short we can call RBI. So Reserve Bank of India is India's central bank. So it is Central Bank of India which control the issue and supply of Indian rupee. So here the Indian rupee is controlled and supplied by RBI. It also regulates the entire banking in India. So banking sector is regulated by RBI. Again, it plays an important part in the development strategy of government of India. So whatever strategy is needed to be developed, that is helped by RBI to government. Whatever policy is needed, that policy is with the help of RBI. So RBI and government together working for the regulate money in the Indian economy and for the general public welfare. So here very important role of RBI in India. So now let's try to see when the RBI developed in India. So RBI was developed in India in 1935 April 1st. So according to RBI Act, under the RBI Act 1934, a Reserve Bank of India was established 1st April. So RBI was established on 1st April 1934 with private paid up capital of 5 crore rupees. So it was with private paid up capital of rupees 5 crore. And it was nationalized. The bank was nationalized on 1st January 1949. So it was nationalized on January 1st, 1949. So this was the RBI. Let's see the function of RBI. Function of RBI. See here, RBI has two types of function. In that very first is a monetary function as well as non-monetary function of RBI. So here, in a monetary function, we can see that RBI is issuing currency note. So very first point is a currency issue. So here, RBI is issuing note about 2 and others. So 1 rupee note and all the coins are issued by Ministry of Finance, Ministry of India, and other currency are issued by RBI. So here RBI is issuing 2 and above all the notes in India. So here that is the very first function of RBI. The second function of monetary function of RBI is banker to the government. So here as and when government is required, government can take the help of RBI. So here government means both government, central government as well as all the state government. They are asking help from the RBI for the banking purpose. So the second monetary function of RBI is it works as a banker to the government. The third function of RBI is banker's bank and lender of last resource. So here all the banks which are working in India, they are the under of RBI. So all the banks, whenever they are they have need of money, they are taking the help of RBI, and that's why it is called banker's bank and lender of last resource. That means it is the RBI when they are Indian. So this is the third function of RBI. The fourth function is credit control. So when RBI is controlling the credit in India, as we already talked before, the supply and demand of the money is controlled by RBI, so that the value of money can be maintained. So for that purpose, whatever the need of the help of the RBI is taken from for the government. So here credit control can be done by the RBI. The next function is a custodian of foreign exchange reserve. See here, when there is a foreign exchange in India, that is going to be maintained by RBI, and RBI can control the foreign currency in India, so that the value of Indian money can be maintained. And here the value of the foreign, value of the Indian rupee can be maintained. So here the foreign exchange is controlled by RBI. So RBI is watching all the demand and supply of exchange of foreign exchange in India, so that the value of Indian rupee can be maintained. So here are the monetary function of RBI. Student, may you please note down this monetary function of RBI. Non-monetary function of RBI. Here, see, non-monetary means it is not related to money. Monetary function means it is related to money function. So in non-monetary function, the very first function is a regulatory and supervisory function. See here, RBI is bank of all the banks. So it is regulating and supervising all the banks. It is also making the regulation for all the banks in India. They are also working. They are also seeing the working of all the banks. They are also deciding the working time of all the commercial banks of India. And RBI also regulating all the banks in India. So here regulatory function as well as supervisory function of all the banks is the very first non-monetary function of RBI. Here RBI is also checking the schedule of all the banks. It is also giving guidelines as and when required to all the banks. So here it is working as a supervisor as well as regulator of all the banks. So this is the very first function, non-monetary function of RBI. The second non-monetary function of RBI is a promotional function. See, in India is a developing country, and India, there are also plenty people. They are also working in an unorganized money market. Unorganized money market means they are exchanging cash in their business. So their business transaction is done in a cash. So RBI is promoting the bank in India. They are also expanding the branches of banks in rural area of the India, so that all unorganized money sector can come into the organized money sector. That means all the people they are working in India, they can exchange their transaction in a through the banking system, so that we can even exactly come to know our national income, because when we are calculating national income, we are not calculating unorganized money market, because it is impossible to calculate unorganized money market. So here RBI is also promoting banks, so that all the people they are not in a organized money sector, they can come into the organized money sector and they can make a transaction through bank, so that all the people can come into the banking sector and we can find out the real national income. So that is the promotional function of RBI. The third is a financial inclusion and development. So here, as we know, like agriculture sector, small industry, or cottage industry, or some handicraft industry. All they need money. So RBI is giving money to all the industry to promote their business. Even again, RBI is promoting the people to have bank account, because as we discussed before that in India, yet there are plenty people they don't have bank account. So RBI is giving advice to have bank account, and here RBI is also working for Jan Dhan Yojana, so that the people can open their bank account and they can get transaction through the banking. And again, RBI is giving money for the research in a banking sector, for the development of the banking sector. Again, RBI is issuing the working and present situation of banks on their website, and it is all the data is free for all the people to know about the banking sector. So here again, for banking sector in India, RBI is working and for that it also gives all the details of banking sector free on the website of RBI. So this is the non-monetary function of RBI. You may note down this.